Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about the new Hawas fragrance from Versace. We are talking about Reina. So, Reina is actually inspired by Olympia from Paco Rabanne, Olympia Absolute to be exact. And this was created in collaboration with Daniel Rene. He didn't create the original Olympia, but he helped them to create this. Apparently, they approached him and wanted some help with creating some more female DNAs. I think Hawas does a very good job at the male DNA launches, but they don't have a ton of female leaning fragrances that are good. The only one that I like from them that is for women, aside from this one, is Hawas Diva. Hawas Diva, inspired by Valentino Donna Born in Roma. Intense is delicious, really good. Well performing, smells fantastic, great like sexy date night fragrance, or even just an everyday fragrance. It's great. But anyways, let's talk about what Hawas Reina smells like. So when you first spray this fragrance, you are going to be hit with this creamy, delicious apricot and pear. That's what I smell in the opening anyways. It's juicy and I would say it's jammy, but I would not consider it to be syrupy. So it's sweet enough in just the right ways, but not overly cloyingly sweet to me. Then as it continues to evolve, you're also going to get some coffee along with clean white jasmine and even some frangipani. Now, the note breakdown of this fragrance is very interesting to me because to me, a lot of the notes are not immediately like gonna stand out in your face. If someone did not tell me, or if I did not read the notes and know that there was coffee contained in this fragrance, I would not have been like, oh wow, there's coffee. It's not as intense as like the coffee that you would smell in a fragrance like Black Opium, for example. But once you know that there's coffee, you can smell it. You can tell that there's this additional layer that is giving the fragrance some richness, a little bit of darkness, a little bit of grittiness. It's not too much, but it's there and it gives the whole fragrance some body. I think they did a very good job with that. Also, frangipani, shocked that there's frangipani in this fragrance. Frangipani is the same note that is in fragrances like La Bomba by Carolina Herrera. That is the note that makes that fragrance smell and feel tropical. It's a Hawaiian rose. I don't smell any frangipani in this. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I just think that the way that they have crafted the notes in this fragrance are all very like deliberate and comprised in just a very well balanced way and blended very, very well. So when you spray it, you don't get a hit of most of those notes. It sounds like, or it feels or smells like they're just there to aid the other notes, but they're not there to try to steal the show. So if you're worried about any of those, if you're worried about coffee, if you're worried about frangipani, I would not be. Then the dry down, you are going to experience the amber and vanilla, I would say the most. So overall, in spite of the hefty lineup of notes, I would describe this as a fruity, almost berry smelling apricot that's a little bit jammy and very sweet in the opening, transitions into clean white florals from like the jasmine. You get a little bit of the foundational coffee note in there, but it's not overly pronounced. Again, I don't smell the frangipani or the other stuff. And then the dry down is this beautiful vanilla and amber type of composition. Overall, I would say that this fragrance is very nice. It's very nice. It's very mass appealing. I think most people are going to enjoy it because most people enjoy fruity fragrances that have a vanillic dry down. If that's not you, then this fragrance, hopefully you can't hear my son. If that's not you, then this fragrance is not for you. But that is, I think, a likable DNA to most people. The performance on this one, I would say, is stellar. I get at least 7.5 hours of wear on my skin. But what I like about this fragrance, like I like with most of like a fragrance that I might wear in hot weather, even though it has good longevity, I would not consider the projection to be crazy beast mode, which I think is good for this kind of DNA. Whenever we're talking about sweet fragrances, I don't really want that fragrance to be too sweet and too strong, because then it just comes off as too much for people, myself included. And it gets a little bit like too syrupy, and I don't want that. So you can definitely smell it on you, and it will certainly last on you. But I don't think it's so rich and so crazy that you have to worry about wearing this as a beautiful everyday perfume. I think it's lovely. I would put it right up there with Diva in terms of well-liked fragrances from Hawas. So if you're looking for that type of DNA, this one is going to be lovely. I'm not going to say that it's anything, overly groundbreaking. It's not like you've never smelled a fruity vanilla fragrance before, but this is just a very well done fruity vanilla fragrance. And the Olympia one, again, I've never smelled. I'm just comparing this to itself. The Olympia, from what I can tell, is not really sold a lot in most stores. I think it's something that is more so being sold by resellers at this point. So I also appreciate that they're giving us a DNA that has not been done to death. If I see one more imagination dupe, I think I'm going to just lose my mind. So very, very happy with this release. I think they did a great job. I hope that Hawas does more of these kind of feminine releases. And yeah, that's it. So let me know, guys, if this is one that you are going to be trying out or if you've already tried it out. And I will see you guys back tomorrow for our next episode.